So welcome to this time of coming around the table where we will just spend a little time relaxing and listening to our heart. But I would like to begin this evening by playing a track from a beautiful compilation of music and reflections from Shannon All. And the first track I'm guided to play is a track that really has touched many, many lives over a number of years when I ran workshops in different parts of the world. So have your tissues handy because it will touch you in a profound way. And here it goes. So just sit back and relax and just listen to the words as if it is the beloved speaking to your heart.
Than could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Beautiful words. I hope that they've inspired your heart. But the words are so true. Because who has the right to tell you, a child of love, a child of God, that you are not of any value or self-worth? And yet many people today still engage in putting other people down. And maybe some who are watching this evening may be in a place where they feel so utterly unloved, where their life has no purpose or meaning. And I guess if we're all honest, we've all been there. I know I've been there. And it's not a nice place to be, where you feel absolutely nothing, where you feel alone, unloved, and at times afraid. And it is good to be honest. And there's nothing wrong with being true to your heart. Because so many people today, when you ask them, how are you? They sort of give you a glib response, oh, I'm fine, thank you very much. But really deep down you can tell that they're hurting. And what's even more tragic, when someone you love and respect, who comes to you for support or seeks you out for help, and when you pray together and you ask for divine guidance, and suddenly the words that you're given in love, and you share those words, there's a complete block where you sense they're not liking what they're hearing. It's as if they're in denial to the truth. And their shutters go up. And they look at you as much as to say, well, who are you anyway? Who are you to tell me what to do? And it's not that you're telling them what to do, because you're not even there doing that. You're just sharing in love to try and empower them, take back their power, and self-heal. And so many today are desperate for answers. They're seeking truth, but they're not willing to listen to their heart. And I suppose it takes a lot of courage to listen to your heart. But your heart is your teacher. It is your best teacher. It is the most truthful teacher that you could ever ask God for, your heart. And that is why in the spiritual life we're guided to surrender our heart to God, not to sign away control of our life, but to surrender to a greater good, to surrender in love, so that we will be given the clarity that we need to be still and be able to embrace the shadows, those grey areas that seek to destroy us, our memories. For so many beautiful souls are lost in that wilderness of their own pain, where childhood memories come back to haunt them, and they find it so difficult so difficult to let go. Be still and embrace their truth as a beloved of God. And if you are in a place where you feel so empty and so unloved, there is help, there is hope, but it's having the courage. It's having the courage to be humble. And we've heard the favorite saying from the Barefoot Galilean, God favors the humble to the proud. And it's so easy to say to someone, oh, pull yourself together. That would be true if we were a pair of curtains, but we're not. We're an individual, we're human, we're unique. We're a child of God. A child who is loved. But how do you convey that to someone who's locked in their own egoic personality? Someone who has convinced themselves that either they're beyond help or that they don't need help. Not an easy one. So let us just for a moment allow our hearts to become reawakened to the presence of love, the presence of God. And in the stillness, we should hear that inner voice speak to us, a voice that tells us that we are a good person and that our life does matter. But for the individual who's locked in that mindset of, I'm none of those things, but God has a way of getting to us and speaking to us. And sometimes it's like as if He uses shock therapy to shake us, to come out of that place of self-indulgent whatever, where all we want to hear is how wonderful we are, but not face the fear and liberate the demons from our life. I want to read this to you because it really it says a lot to the heart. And it's from John O'Donoghue, To Bless the Space Between Us. And he's written a reflection about broken trust, and how many of us have had broken trust, where we've taken someone in confidence and trust into our heart, into our life, and then suddenly, without realizing it, they've turned the tables and disappeared, and they don't want to know you. It's as if you're a doormat, where they can treat you as they can treat others. So let's listen and hear what John is saying to our hearts. Sometimes there is an invisible raven that will fly low to pierce the shell of trust. When it has been brought near to ground, when he strikes, he breaks the faith of years that had built quietly through the seasons. In the rhythm of tried and tested experience, with one strike the shelter is down, and the black yoke of truth turned false would poison the garden of memory. Now the heart's dream turns to requiem, offering itself a poultice of tears, to cleanse from loss what cannot be lost. Through all the raw and awkward days, dignity will hold the heart to grace, lest it squander its dream on a ghost. Often torn ground is ideal for seed that can root disappointment deep enough to yield a harvest that cannot wither, a deeper light to anoint the eyes, passion that opens wings in the heart, a subtle radiance of countenance, the soul ready for its true other. Let us just feel those words, sense those words. Let's just have a break in some silent reflection. And let us just allow the Spirit of God, the Spirit of all that is beautiful and holy and sacred, speak to our hearts. And as we sit quietly, let us just remind ourselves that we are not alone, that there are many beings of light around us, that we have the company of heaven with us, and all we have to do is ask for the love, the support and the help, and it will be given to us. Let us come to this place where our soul is searching for healing words that will allow us let go the painful memories of many years ago. In our stillness, let us invite and invoke and ask our Father, Mother, God Supreme to come and lay their hand gently on our heart and allow us to release any fear, any painful memory. Let's just be kind to ourselves now as we relax in the presence of God, and where words don't matter really, just to sit in the stillness and the silence and allow the love of God release those painful memories. Be still now. And with every in-breath that we breathe in, we are breathing in the courage, divine courage, that allows us release those painful memories of where others abused our trust. Just be still. And allow the healing touch of God unlock those memories so that we can name them, we can bless them, and now release them to the light. And that we become free again. Be still and know that God is with us, and that nothing or no one has the power to destroy us but ourselves. Just sense the peace of God within you. With every breath that you breathe in, sense the presence of God. Sense the peace of God. Sense the love. It's a gentle love, but it's touching us now, and it's healing us within the deep of our core. Now let us allow the love of God release us completely. And we thank God for the good that we have learned from this, from the many lessons we have learned that will now allow us be free, so that we can walk in the light, in the knowledge that we are loved, that we are a child of God. Be still now. Be still. And quietly to yourself you may wish to use a mantra of your own choosing. And the one that comes to mind is, I am a child of God. I am loved for who I am. Because I am a child of God. Sense the peace, the dignity and the power in those words. I am a child of God. I am a beloved of God. Be still now. With every in-breath that we breathe, we are sensing a surge of healing light, of the most beautiful rays of love coming from the cosmic Christ. A love that is piercing our heart, to trust, God who sees our needs is now providing for us. So let us trust. And allow our hearts to fly like the butterfly's wings. For the butterfly responds to light, to love and beauty, as does our heart. So let us liberate that heart from all those painful memories, memories that have eaten away at our inner peace. And God is present. Cosmic Christ is present. Be still now. Be still. Be still. Be still. And just sense the hands of the cosmic Christ kick-starting our heart to beat again, but this time with a renewed vigor, where there are no shadows holding it back, suffocating the love of God. The heart is free. The heart is free. Senses freedom. sense its love. And now we're free. We are free to take back all our power from those who have wronged us, who have hurt us, who've put us down, who devalued the presence of God in our life. We now bless them. We bless them. And now we stand back and embrace the freedom of the healing touch of a loving God who truly, truly cares for us, who embraces us in our suffering as well as our ecstasy. Just be and sense that unconditional love. It is real. It is real. And it's God's free gift to our heart this day, this night, this very moment, that as we sit in the presence of a loving God, we are now being set free to begin our journey, a new journey, where nothing will hold us back, where only love will propel us and inspire us to walk the extra mile in love for the beloved. And now we are relaxed and at peace and give thanks for all that we have received from a loving God. Be still now. Be still in the presence of that love.